on over here. What is up, everybody? Welcome into a Wednesday edition of the DNVR Nuggets podcast. Is that the energy we have, huh?
Yo, it's bad vibes outside.
In the rain.
Yeah, that's outside.
I disagree. Oh. I think rain is a fantastic vibe. It's one of my favorite vibes.
How come you're so insufferable? Yeah, at the moment then. Like, shouldn't it, like,
it has little to do with the rain. It has little to do with the rain. No, I'm being serious, though. The rain is...
Yes, I agree with you. This is like a cold...
Oh, I love it.
I'm with you.
You don't like this rain?
No, I got sad. It was
Kale,
a sunny morning.
Do you like this rain? It's been sunny for like 100 days straight.
Kale said that he wanted to go and stand out in the rain. We told him that was the single most emo thing we'd ever heard in our entire lives, and we laughed him down. And then he didn't do it.
Yeah. Well, I like the rain, and I'm happy to be a part of it today here in rainy Colorado. We're presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR whenever you sign up. It's Wednesday. I don't really have a lot of bets for you, so I'm just going to bet at your own leisure. RK, speaking of weather and bets, RK, I just found this out. Arcade Andre betting on the weather.
Yeah, they've been doing that for some
Wednesdays.
time.
Every Wednesday.
Wacky weather Wednesdays.
Wacky weather Wednesday.
There's a pool. There's free pools you can get into on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And
those
some
guys
of them
are so far gone.
Yeah, well, they're so far.
Apparently, they're like crushing it.
Listen, I like cold weather. I like rain. I like all that. I like being moody. All of that. I like it when I'm wearing a flannel. I'm sipping, like a cup of cocoa. I'm like prepared for it. Vogt's right. Started off sunny. It was just too. We got the weather bent.
I'm looking forward to seeing RK on a Sea-Doo one day. Like, whoa, that's new. He's like, yeah. It hailed in March.
Yeah.
I nailed it.
Yeah. Nobody understands Poughkeepsie weather like RK does.
In just a little bit, we're going to be joined. Actually, I should introduce the panel. You guys know D-Line. He's whining about everything. Oh, you already did your introduction. Over here, though, we do have Brendan Vogt. He's back.
Fight rain with IPA. That's what I always say. Juice Drop, Breckenridge Brewery.
That's actually quickly becoming it might be my favorite of the moment.
I think might be the best beer I've had.
It's really good. Juice Drop is fantastic.
Yeah.
So we got some stuff to get to today, guys. We're going to start obviously with the Michael Porter news on two fronts of Michael Porter news. One good, one bad.
Oh.
Is any of them basketball related?
Not really. Not really. So, I mean, modestly. We're going to talk about Will Barton, who apparently rolled an ankle. We're actually going to have Harrison Wind live. You know what? You're right, Eric.
Yeah, it's kind of a downer day.
This show sucks already.
But to spice things up, we might play a drawing game later.
Hell yeah, we are. When losers draw, I'm ready for it.
I can't wait for that one.
Can't wait for it. We're going to start off, guys. Let's start with the Michael Porter contract update.
Hell yeah.
What do you have for me? There's new details to Michael Porter Jr.'s contract.
I had my notes ready on the other update.
Eric's brought me down. I'm trying to bring us back up just a little bit.
I didn't bring anybody down. I just pointed out
you did. You brought us down.
Everything that's happened to us external of
You're
us.
slouching again, Ted.
So as we know, guys, the actual figure was reported to be, I think it was 172, right? Was the max they could offer him. That 207 number with incentives. With regards to
that part's covered, yeah.
Yep. Just setting the stage here. Another update though, MPJ's deal is actually only $145 million guaranteed. To get to that 172 number, there's a lot of ways he can get there, but one that Mike Singer of the Denver Post reported already is All-Star appearances. So one All-Star game appearance over the life of this deal is going to add 5 more guaranteed to that last year. 2 All-Star appearances triggers that full guarantee, that 172 figure you've heard about. So more incentives in this contract than we originally knew.
This is kind of dope. So we think about a 5-year deal. It's really a 6-year deal because you have 1 more year in the rookie scale, then you have 5 more years. So you get, if he makes 1 or 2 All-Star appearances, it triggers. By the way, the guaranteed part, I believe, all in the final year. So like for the 4 years, guaranteed.
Right.
The fifth year is where it's like partial guaranteed, but triggers. And it's interesting because sometimes when you have a partial guarantee, you think, it's like a team can determine or this or that why that didn't happen. No, this is an actual, it sounds like objective. So if he gets those All-Star appearances. And so it got me thinking, 5 years from now, that's actually 6 years from now, what accomplishments do we think
is this
will be
a job
under?
interview?
What?
Where do you see yourself in 6 years?
Not you personally. No, that'd
like,
been a depressing
sit next
one.
to you,
we
boss.
can do that, yeah. Let's see, in
I
6
got this
years,
job.
I'll be 44. Oof.
Yeah, that's 1 year older than I am currently.
Wow. Wow, nothing left to to give, I guess. So 6 years from now, 6 years from now,
Yeah.
what accomplishments under his belt? Does he make a single All-Star game?
Michael Porter Jr.? No
Who
question.
are we talking? Did he really just ask who we're talking about right now?
I think he's working.
I'm just resetting
He's
this
working.
thing. I'm just making. Listen, there's nothing. This is a podcast, so there's nothing wrong with words being said.
Reset the stage every 5 minutes. That's very important.
We're here with Adam and Brendan. This is the
Jesus.
Okay. Anyway, yes, absolutely. He will absolutely make an All-Star game between now and then. No question.
I think Eric's right. I'm not going to rain on that parade. All-Star seems perfectly within his trajectory, especially I think these first couple of years he's going to really have to shine. He'd have to leapfrog some dudes. But by year 3 or 4, I think things are going to line up where that's a fairly effortless ask for him, I think.
He clearly wants it. He referenced it when somebody brought up most improved. He mentions All-Star team. And he should. That's not a bad thing. He should want to be that. He's a talented enough player that should be his trajectory. I do think the one thing I wonder about All-Star, though, Yoke's the All-Star in Denver. Do you get 2? To get 3 is really hard, but you get 2, and if so, do those 2 guys cannibalize each other? I don't think this year, Michael Porter has a chance to be the second best player, but after that, is it going to be, I'm trying to think if there's a team that is clear enough, there's like a 1, 2, you know what I mean? Clear enough that it's like, hey, this is our number 1 guy, this is our number 2 guy, but they have 3 guys capable of being all-stars. I don't know if there are. There's only your super teams like the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
You used to have Chris Bosh as the clear third wheel, but all-star caliber.
I mean, look, man, maybe this is what I'm talking about, is the Nuggets getting closer to fitting into that group. And Porter being viewed as that kind of a guy. I mean, they're been a top 3 seed out west, what is it, 3-4 years in a row now? Longer run than anyone. So at a certain point, if this contract goes in any way the way the front office is hoping, the way we're expecting, Denver just gets closer and closer to one of those teams.
To your point, though, literally, the Lakers, the Nets, and there's one more team that has, is it
the Warriors
that have the three max contracts,
deals.
And now the Nuggets, the 4th one. So you're right, literally and figuratively, they're there.
Right.
All right, what about 2? Eric, will he make 2 All-Star games? Trigger the full incentive.
I mean, if he makes 1, he'll probably make 2. I can't imagine that he would make the All-Star game in the 6th season, so it seems reasonable to expect. Will he be an All-Star this year? No, he will not.
You think no?
No. Could he be an All-Star next year? Maybe.
I think there's a chance he's an All-Star this year. I'm not picking it, but to me, I would say it's higher than your definitive no. I would have said probably not.
I just think it's a lot of what we were talking about yesterday with voters being a year behind in the NBA, especially because you're judging it based on the first half of the season, and no one pays attention to the Nuggets until they have to in the second part of the year when they're actually making it to the playoffs. Knock on wood. But I don't know that people will, he'll have garner enough attention to get that nod, whether or not he deserves it. But if he plays well enough throughout the year and then becomes that Julius Randle type player where then he is part of people's consciousness when they're thinking about the best players in the NBA, that's how you get into the All-Star game. So I cannot possibly see it this year, but I don't know, the year after that. And again, once you get that sort of accolade inertia in the NBA, once you just get blessed into being that tier of player, you get the immediate consideration. So, F it. 3, 5, not 1, not 2.
I would think years 3 and 4 of that deal, I could see it happening then. At that point, I would think Porter has arrived. Now, I'm doing a lot of, I'm ascribing a lot of success to him, right, that he has yet to, achieve. But I just think that that's really likely. I do. And again, this 3-4 years, year 3 and 4 of that contract, that's pretty far down the line.
Yeah.
He's had plenty of experience at that point.
Hey, Kel, are you ready to fire up the hot take machine here, or the hot spice pepper graphic, or whatever it is we have? Are you ready? Michael Porter will make at least 3 All-Star games over the course of this contract.
Whoa.
At least 3.
Watch.
I think, like I said, there's a better chance than you think, although I want to make it clear, not great chance at all, that he makes the All-Star team this year. When I say that, maybe a 10% chance or something like that, meaning I wouldn't be surprised if he averaged 24 points per game this year and did this or that. I don't think it's going to happen that he gets the All-Star, but it's possible. Next year, I look at it and I go, imagine how good he's going to be a full year from now with a whole other offseason, a whole season and offseason under his belt. To me, next year, I would probably say, if you said, what kind of odds do you need to jump on predicting he'll be an all-star next season? I'd be like, man, I think there's like 35% chance or better that happens. And then if you told me 2 seasons from now, again, assuming health, I'd be like, yeah, come on, man. Like a 26-year-old Michael Porter is going to be – that's a 3-pepper take. Kale's feeling
one for each all-star appearance.
All right. Well, I said at least 3, and apparently it's not that spicy.
He's
he's like, I was looking for the 5. Like, all right, hold on, let me re-look for the 3-pepper.
I think the hurdles for Porter here are really mostly just time and reps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he is an all-star guy. He's a guy who's going to play well, but play well in a way that gets attention, that garners votes, and all
well
that.
In Denver.
Yeah,
like
even in Denver.
Let's not forget the fact that Jamal Murray has not even sniffed the All-Star game.
That's true, but I just think Porter is
a different level of like natural talent.
Yeah,
you know, his 6'10" hyper athlete.
He's also, as we'll talk about in a bit, for both good ways and bad, just a lightning rod for attention. He's just a guy that people think about and talk about, and in a way that we don't see a lot of with the Nuggets.
All right, what else are we going to predict for Michael Porter over the time here? Let me do this one. 50-point games.
Michael Porter
over the next 6 seasons. Yeah, Michael Porter. Next
Junior?
Yeah, like, okay. Is this a thing that you're thinking, oh, there's just going to be a lot of them? I mean, how many KD have over the last 5 years? He's going to have like that.
How many guys? I mean, yes, he's definitely going to be scoring in the 50s. I mean, when he gets hot and he gets confident and he gets to the point where theoretically, hopefully, he doesn't have to be pulled off the court for any like defensive liability reasons.
Right.
I mean, we've seen him like get to the place where he just cannot miss, and so if he's making All-Star games, I mean, you got to think like, yeah, he'll have
lots of 50-point games over this contract.
I could see maybe 2 or 3.
2. I am really learning about myself that I am higher on Michael Porter than everyone else here. I'm going to say he's going to have like 7 or 8. I think he's going to have a lot. He is a volume scorer. We were talking about this before. Doesn't he have multiple 20-point quarters this last season? And then he tails off. But to me, that is a sign of a young player. Wow, now I get the 5 peppers. Now I get it. Now I earned it.
50-point games?
Look, man, he's a scorer. He's a shooter. This is what he does. He shoots threes and he makes them all.
Well, and just to be clear, you're being judged based on when Kale was able to download the graphics.
So funny.
So for a reference, Carmelo's done this 4 times in his career.
Yeah, Marelo's not the kind of
T-Mac
scorer that he's not like a Jokic level scorer.
All right, I'm just giving people context. Bradley Beal 5.
You're like, whatever.
Yeah. Kevin Durant 6. So this is a lot.
KD only has 6.
Yeah, I'm just saying, maybe I should check you a little bit.
All right, a little.
My bad for Googling.
A little high.
Is it KD
only has,
is it just me?
KD
right?
only has 6, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well.
Luckily, nobody saw or heard that, so you can walk it back.
All right, I might lower this one a little bit. Might be a little high. All right, what is going to be his single game high over the life of this? Single game high points.
Oh, man.
Let's see who gets spicy here. Somebody gets spicy.
I think
55.
Yeah, I was just going to say 55. I'll say 54.
I'm going to go 56.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be crazy when it's 57.
Well, this was a weird one. I thought this was going to be a little bit more fun of a segment, but apparently we're all bad
well,
at
you
numbers.
know, the thing is that a segment can only be as fun as the people involved. You know what I mean?
So true. I say this every time. All right. Speaking of fun, let's talk about the real fun story today. To nobody's surprise.
Yeah,
it came out today, almost immediately after the details of the contract and after the signing of the contract.
And right as the highlights were coming out on
Twitter.
Twitter.
Right as it came out that Michael Porter is unvaccinated and doesn't plan to get it. He doesn't feel comfortable getting it. I spoke my piece 2 days ago about my thoughts on the vaccine and about the players' responsibility both as role models, this or that. If you want to hear it, go back and listen to the final 10 minutes of Monday's show. It's still there. I want to talk about this one today because this is a news story. This is in the cycle and it does affect the Nuggets. I want to talk about it with regards to what it means for the Denver Nuggets. And here's how it affects people. This is what's going on with the NBA in terms of their protocols now for unvaccinated players. First of all, Mike Bass, spokesman for the NBA, says any player who elects not to comply with the vaccination mandates, local vaccination mandates, will not be paid for the games that he misses. So this is, of course, most pertinent to Kyrie Irving and Andrew Wiggins, who at the moment might not be able to play. It looks like not play games at their own home arena. That money is not going to be made up. So I think Kyrie stands to lose like $19 million or something like this. Here's some.
I think Kyrie is a report came out that he's planning on getting vaccinated.
He did say that.
Yeah.
Or I don't know that he said it, but
Can I get
Can
Can I get Kyrie's shot for $19 million?
for him? For him?
Yeah, just like you can fill me full of whatever you want. Early on, when the vaccine was available, I was like, I will take it if it comes with herpes.
Yeah. So here are the updates. No dining indoors in the same room as other players. Some of these are like draconian, right? They're kind of they're like almost all of them.
Again,
And we'll
remind
talk
yourself
about why.
these players are on the court together.
Right. 6 feet of distance at team meetings, distant lockers, which means you have to be like the locker room has to be on. Michael Porter right now, where is his locker? Do you even remember? It's been so long since we've been there. Oh, yeah, he's like right in the middle on the right side. He's now going to have to be like the end locker, and they'll probably put some space between him so that he's not close. Again, I think these things are like symbolic. He has to remain, this is the crazy one, remain at his hotel, prohibited from public venues when on the road. So when they go on a road trip and they're in New Orleans for 2 days, he's got to be in the room, like can't leave it. And
so I was going to ask, because I'm an idiot, public venues, is that any public place?
So as I understood it, it was pertinent errands. So taking your kids to school, got to get groceries, got to do certain things, like you can't do it. But restaurants, bars, this or that, like that's a no-go. So if he gets spotted or the league finds out, then he, I believe, will have to enter the protocols. Vaccinated players, on the other hand, will have fewer restrictions. For example, fully vaccinated players, coaches, and anyone else working within let's see, how does it say here? They won't have to undergo daily testing. So this is another thing. He'll have to undergo daily testing. Nobody else will have to do that. The only time they'll have to get tested if you're vaccinated is if you're showing symptoms of COVID. That's when then you have to get a test. So guys won't get a test. Michael Malone also not going to have to wear a mask on the sideline. Remember that was a thing last year where coaches, like nobody could hear him on the court.
Right.
Now that won't be the case. So cannot be in the same room at the same time other than for, sanctioned events for the team. 6 feet of distance, locker separated, separate seating on the bench. So we know there's, I think, one other player that we don't know, but doing the math from what was reported, it sounds like there's at least one other player not vaccinated. We'll know who it is because they'll be seated in their own little, like, I'm not vax
That's
section
a good
over
point.
here.
Yeah.
Must remain at the hotel during road games unless it's to do essential errands. No bars, no clubs. And then 7 days. This is the big one, guys. 7 days of quarantine if you come into contact with somebody who's tested positive or if the league finds out that you've come into contact. Michael Porter reported that he himself had COVID twice. And we know this, of course, but it was never, like, I think, on the record. Going into the bubble, he was late arriving because he had got COVID. And then to start the season, game 4, he missed 10 days because of it again. Again, it's not just if you get it, but it's if you come into contact or if you break it. So, then when I got this report, first of all, I wasn't surprised. But when I got it, I thought, definitely going to miss time this year because of it. Yeah. It's just almost inevitable. Not that he is going to get
not
COVID.
from being sick, but he will come into contact with somebody.
On acts, because I don't think people don't know about Michael Porter. I don't think he's a huge partier. I don't think he's a big club guy. Like, he's not out at the bars and clubs or this or that, to my understanding. But it's just like took a picture at the wrong, and now all of a sudden it's at the league and like, oh, I didn't realize you were at this place. You're not supposed to be there. Now you're out. So that's my big takeaway is beyond all the stuff I personally feel about it with the team. This is going to be a storyline all year, and I do think it's going to creep into how the season flows.
Yeah, and look, that this is announced at virtually the same time as the contract extension. Not just an unfortunate coincidence. Like, these two things are linked. Yeah. These two things are linked, and at the moment, I mean, we're talking about owners' money, so I am all for big contracts to keep this team together and go into the luxury. But we are talking about a guy who just put his name on a dotted line to commit to play for an organization for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
And I'm not saying this is on the horizon, but what if Denver adopts a similar policy, or Colorado, and all of a sudden this guy who's in line for a max contract now can't play at home games? It's already the case that he may just have to spend time away from the team already, which has already been a hindrance in his progression. And so that's really where my mind goes, is this is actually one area in where it's kind of incongruent with everything else he says about wanting to get better and be there and take on all the responsibility. Part of it in these times as an athlete is doing all you can to stay with your team.
I mean, he clearly feels convicted enough about this that he is willing to.
That he's willing to.
Because
put all
I
that
think
on
the thing about this, I don't know. Michael Malone has not indicated that he is going to like be judging players or this or that. Although it was clear that he was annoyed with it. I think that it is a thing that like, how does this affect the relationship? They can't even do. Oh, so much of team bonding is like, hey, why don't we all go to this restaurant tonight and we're gonna we're on the road, we'll all do this thing together. It's like, except for the unvaccinated ones who need to be in their hotel tonight.
I just want to say I don't because there's a super chat. There's no, to my knowledge, official word anywhere about Jokic's vaccination status.
Yeah, I don't know that.
But back to Porter. I mean, it's like that's where obviously we all have our thoughts, and like you said, we expressed them yesterday. But there's a basketball side of this with regards to Porter, and there are consequences.
There's a lot of basketball implications because it's like, for him, honestly, it's like mostly basketball implications. Like, his body has antibodies. Like, he's not wrong about that. But it's like that's just like not part of the conversation anymore. Now it's exactly like you're talking about. It's just the hoops that you are going to be forced to jump through, the things you're going to be forced to do. You're going to most certainly miss time. You're not wrong about that at all. It's just a bummer, man, and like, you just don't want to have to talk about this all the time.
This is the thing about it.
Page.
So I'm watching one of the things, like I put on The Last Dance, the Jordan thing last night while I'm working, because it's like such a good like background. You don't actually have to watch it, but when you pause, you get some. So I'm watching it, and it was the one where right in '93 when he retires, and it was talking about like all the questions and his gambling, and he's like, it sucked because he's like, that's my vice. He kind of is admitting it. He's like, this is my vice, but it invited people to just nonstop. Yep. It was the only thing people wanted to ask about. And any little thing I screwed up on, people were after me for it. And Kyrie, in ways that I sympathize with Kyrie Irving as a person and as a figure, is that he said his piece about the flat earth thing, and then all of a sudden it became like, you can't escape it. Everyone wants to ask you about it. Years later, people are still like, oh, Kyrie, do you think about this? Right? And again, a lot of this he invited on himself and continues to, but it's the distraction wears on you so much that Kyrie, I would not be surprised if he's out of the league in like 2-3 years, just because he no longer wants to be a part of it. He's exhausted by it. Michael Porter is inviting, I think, a similar fatigue that he might not quite understand, and not just on himself, but on the team. And again, he feels convicted enough to do this that I'm sure there's no amount of burden that would change it, get him not to do it. But it's just a fact of life that he has now invited a new distraction onto the team that is probably going to the team is just going to have to deal with, probably. Right. Whether we talk about it or not, it's just going to be a thing that is discussed. So
exactly.
That's the long and the short of it. All right, let's go to break. That's all. That's all we had to say about it.
Woo! Well, I do want to, I think you hit this point, but just to hammer it home, I mean, the convictions are strong in a lot of these guys. The money that's being left on the table, right? What they're being asked to do. I don't agree or disagree. Lengthy conversations to be had. But these are true convictions for some of these guys. So it's pretty incredible to see as the details come trickling out about what they're signing up for.
Let's hit a break on the other side. Maybe Harrison Wynn calls in. Maybe we'll play a little bit of win-losers draw while we wait for more reports to come out of training camp.
Hopefully they're not about like injuries and stuff. What a depressing day so far. You know what's not depressing? Breckenridge Brewery, the official beer of DNVR. I'm going to push two kinds of beer on you today. One I'm drinking right now. We were telling you about it earlier. That Juice Chop Hazy IPA. This thing is off the chain. It's like the top reason to come to the bar, in my opinion. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff going on here, but you could see D-line, you could watch some sports. I think it's just to get this juice drop, personally.
You can get that in many places.
That's right, Eric. And actually, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a natural segue. You can actually just use the Breck Beer Locator and say, I want the juice drop. Tell it where you live. It'll tell you where to go. Might I also suggest asking that locator about Mile High City Copper Lager, that Denver Nuggets themed can, Denver Nuggets themed beer from Breckenridge Brewery. That's also delicious. So you can get all of it at the DNVR bar, or you can head over to the farmhouse to order some delicious food and booze. And if you'd rather just order that and eat it at home, you can still order curbside pickup from 12 to 8 p.m. When you do that, call 303-803-1380 from 12 to 8 p.m. and use code DNVR to save $5. Fellas, autumn is the air, the pumpkins are in the patch, and our friends at Manscaped want you to shave your balls. Make sure you're keeping things fresh this fall with the leaders in male grooming and their brand new 4th generation performance package. Boys, fellas, dudes, get ready for a cuffing season like no other. Are you ready to take the leap into fall with Manscaped? Join the 2 million men worldwide using Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with code DNVR. Don't hack it with something that's not right for the job. All right, your razor probably needs a change. It probably needs an upgrade. Get it done with Manscaped, the best in men's grooming. Head over to manscaped.com, use code DNVR. You're going to get 20% off. Make your balls a priority this fall. Choose Manscaped.
Did you hear Eric's Manscaped read yesterday?
No, I muted it for that.
Wow, it was.
I've received
Game
quite a bit
changer.
of support for my for my ad read since yesterday.
So Harrison Wind, it sounds like, speaking with players and coaching staff right now as we speak. Hopefully we'll be able to get him in. But Eric, you want to introduce a new segment?
Is this a new segment?
This is a new segment. We're 2 days into training camp. Let me just explain something to people. We're 2 days into training camp. The media is cut off. Other than the people who are there, we have Harrison Wind, of course. Yesterday, only one player talked. There just was like no availability and almost nothing came out of camp. So it was, it was a bummer. Today, I'm hopeful that we got a lot more, but it sounds like camp got a late start, got a late end. So now here we are. 2 days into camp, and all I know is Barton rolled an ankle.
Yep.
You don't know what the extent of the injury, although I heard he walked out in a boot. Which is a real bummer. Like Will Barton, of all the people that I feel like bad for, it's like you got to be kidding me. And an ankle roll, it's just like bad luck. So there's that, and then actually that's it. I don't think I have any other details out of camp today.
Yeah, those are. We also learned that Harrison is only a San Diego 6. But I think he gave himself a 6.5.
6.5 sounds about right.
Yeah, guys. So we're introducing a new segment called When Losers Draw. This was inspired by Media Day, where the Denver Nuggets themselves were invited to, from memory, draw their very own logo that they wear every single day. You can see Michael Porter Jr.'s effort was not great.
Wow. Yeah, this is like a really bad effort. Zoom in even more. It's like hard to even see, but it's like he's never looked at it.
Yeah.
Let's just say like one pickaxe.
All right, take it back off because we can't let these two.
Well, I don't know if you guys heard. He didn't really watch the Nuggets much before they drafted him.
or his red shirt.
So
year.
we all laughed mightily and heartily at Michael Porter Jr.'s failings trying to draw the logo. So we thought it'd be fun to see how our own people here on the DNBA show can fare with a similar challenge.
All righty, let's do this.
Are you ready?
What?
What are you going to make him draw?
The Nuggets logo? I don't want to get sued.
Have you for being like so?
This is such an inside joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was for Adam.
Okay,
The NBA likes to sue.
So Brendan Vogt, would you for me draw the Denver Nuggets logo?
Oh, wow.
First of all, you want to know a really true thing you're about to see?
Yeah.
I can't draw a circle.
Wow,
Well,
this is gonna
nobody
be awesome.
can.
This is
Nobody
gonna be
can.
great. Yeah, it's
No,
impossible.
it's
No
a
one can do
circle.
it. Okay, circle.
So far, all right. That's
All
the
right.
circle. I will say that is a below average circle, though. You're right.
My art teacher, Miss Dodd, she's like, "You're not trying hard enough." I'm like, I actually am, but
Oh, I just realized my daughter has art class today, her first art class. I'm so excited for it.
Okay, what's happening right now
We've got one pickaxe.
with a really with a jagged top?
Yeah, it is a little jagged top.
Okay.
Okay,
All
smaller
right.
pickaxe on the
Okay.
right. Okay. And
Oh, sort of.
yeah, there's a little triangle mountain in it, and then a basketball. There
Wow.
we go. I think he nailed it.
Well, so in a manner.
Is that a football?
no?
How many lines are on a basketball? You should have just said draw a basketball. You would have really filled that one. Number 9. What is this? Number 9?
Vote number 9.
Were you number 9 growing up?
yeah, in soccer, rec league.
Wow.
Shout out the Rainbow Falcons.
let's-
How did he do? He did pretty
That's
good.
pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and erase that. Now I'm going to give you another one here. No, you.
All right. You guys give him a grade. I want to hear in the comment section how would you rate that logo from memory? I think I would say solid.
Okay, Brendan.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
I would like for you to draw for me the Boston Celtics logo.
Oh jeez. Is it a leprechaun? Like a leprechaun guy? Is it the shamrock? Like which one are we doing here?
There's an eraser too up there if you want to erase.
Wow.
You have a full tool. Well, just with the front part of it, you have to choose the eraser, or you just scroll past it. Just start drawing.
He doesn't even know how to use the machinery.
This is embarrassing for a variety of reasons.
Ooh. By the way, people are pretty impressed with you. You're getting 7s out of 10s. You got the highest you got 8.68. Gareth gave you 8. Oh, Logan gave you a 10 out of 9, which I'm not sure how that works. Somebody said this is the steps game all over again.
Here we go. Let's see.
We should have done a steps
the
today.
Boston Celtics logo, as drawn by Brendan Vogt from memory.
There's a C. Oh, no, it's a
Looks like he's drawing the Denver Nuggets logo again. No, not the Shamrock. We're talking about the guy.
Wow.
Okay. What are you? Yeah. Okay.
So he has that. Does he have that like little hat on like that? What is that hat called?
Oh, you're done? Wow, that was really good.
Okay, yeah, that's not that far off.
He does have a. You know what? You put the lean in there. You got the lean. The one. Oh, you didn't really have the cane. You didn't really have the cane. Or the
things you missed were the basketball, the shillelagh, and
what's a shillelagh?
His walking stick, and everything else. You missed
called a shillelagh?
Everything else.
I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
I don't think it's pretty good. I mean, all right, Adam. I think you have to do at least.
Am
one.
I up now?
Yeah, you're doing at least one.
All right, I'll do something here. What do we got? What do you got for me? You know I'm an artist by nature.
Oh, I
though.
like that
That's
comment,
a little
bro.
different.
Everybody seen the leprechaun up in the tree? Say yeah.
What's that from?
That's a real reference. It's too internet to explain.
Most references are these days.
All right, Adam.
Okay.
For you, I would like for you to draw for us the Toronto Raptors logo.
Wow.
Yep. Go ahead.
I don't.
I don't either. I know there's 3 tears that are also claws. But
Yep.
I can't remember if it's a. What is going on here?
Just start drawing. Don't worry about the keyboard.
I'm gonna say there's a what?
Select the. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know how you do this. Your thing is dumb, man.
Yeah, dude. I don't blame myself.
All right.
I do think it's good live content.
Circle.
I think dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I know that. There's like a claw here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Claw here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Here, it's a little jagged.
Okay. All right.
And then I would say there's like basketball lines.
Hell yeah, bro.
Basketball lines.
You know what's funny?
How'd I do?
You're right, but you just got to turn it to the side.
Oh, it's to the side. It's not.
To the side. And
I-
it says Toronto Raptors like in a circle.
Hey, that's not bad.
It's actually not bad at all.
You're basing it off of just how he's describing it, not the actual.
That's pretty
way
good,
that
right?
The logo looks. I mean, in a manner of speaking. I mean.
All right, give me one more, Eric. I'll take another.
Okay.
one. Give me
Okay.
another one. Give me
Okay. So now for me, Adam, I would like for you to draw for me
Okay.
the logo for the Atlanta Hawks.
This one we know is a little Pac-Man looking hawk,
I like your circle.
and he has a little beak here,
Oh, right into the bird.
and then there's like an eyeball.
Holy shit. That's
Is that
pretty good.
Atlanta?
I'm impressed.
It's not. I mean,
It's not Atlanta.
I want to make sure you understand. It's not good,
but it's on
but it's
a
also
scale.
not that bad.
I think we might have learned a lot about the Hawks logo. Those guys phoned that thing in.
So it turns out no one can draw logos from memory. It's not just.
Hold on, D-Line. You're up.
Oh, okay.
You're up.
All
You're
right.
up. We'll see this here. We'll see what's happening.
Evan's right. Giving Adam a bird-based logo.
That
is
was
an
right.
unfair-
It wasn't fair.
Unfair advantage.
It wasn't fair.
All right. What do you got
I want to see the San Diego Conquistadors logo.
for me? I mean, come on, that's stupid.
I will give you the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, wow. What is that even?
I don't know either, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento Kings. Did they just?
Sacramento Kings.
Oh,
Did they rebrand?
it's a crest.
No, hey.
No, it's all right.
I can't even. I'm trying
Yeah,
to think
this is
because
tough, man. It's hard to do that.
Well, let's see. They have the one that's like.
Oh, I will give you a little hint. It's like Pac-Man upside down.
Well, I'm gonna draw the secondary logo that's like the lion.
What?
Yeah,
I'm looking for the lion logo now.
and it has like a
Oh,
basketball.
you're gonna. Yeah, that is like a super alternate logo. That's the yeah.
Also,
Honest to
I
God,
thought
in
you
the
were
chat.
good at
Whose
drawing,
is better?
dude.
This is Sacramento Kings or my Atlanta Hawks?
Yeah.
Mine was definitely better.
Oh, then it has like.
I mean, my Celtics logo is technically closer. You're just drawing a dragon.
You know what you're...
Trogdor!
Oh, you gave him fire. We're just really
like that.
I
adding...
just turned him into a dragon, dude. I rebranded him.
You rebranded.
I wonder if they can tell that we're
Let me
stalling.
think I can't even cannot think of what the Sacramento Kings logo looks like.
It's the upside down Pac-Man. Remember, remember the little ghosts, but it said it's up top.
yeah,
It's like that, and then it's
Yeah,
exactly.
that's right, dude.
Sacramento Kings.
That's right.
Why don't we'll hit a break, and then hopefully Harrison just texted that he is on his way back to his hotel where he can meet us.
Does he want to wait till we finish?
I will say one thing just about Denver Nuggets generally marketing their team or this or that. We literally want to, but have no idea what's going on with the team.
It gets hard sometimes.
But I mean, we only flew one guy all the way out there to cover this.
We digress.
We digress.
Okay, well, here's a fun part of my job, which is that I never do, which is checking the ad reads ahead of time. Okay, here we go. So have you guys heard about the Colorado Exos? You should have. We've been telling you all year about them. Guess what? They rebranded. They're now known as the American Raptors at Infinity Park. It's still the same deal, though. It's a rugby club composed of crossover athletes. They just ended their first season at 5-5, which is pretty cool. Let me elaborate if you didn't get what I meant. These are guys that used to dominate in their respective fields. Backgrounds in football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, soccer, track and field. They've come together to put themselves to the test with a new sport, and that's rugby. They're learning well, the experiment's going well, and they want you to come see them. And what's the best part about hitting up an American Raptors game? It's free. As in free 99, as in $0. Head over to theamericanraptors.com and grab your free ticket for the upcoming season. If you can't make the game, americanraptors.com will be streaming all of them from their website. Check it out. Finally, if you're trying to follow the team more closely, there's no better way to do that than with our man Colton Strickler and the DNVR Rugby's podcast, part of the DNVR network. Obviously, check that out wherever you get your podcasts. Fellas, here's something else. It's football season, and football season is also known as betting season. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is trying to put some money in your pockets. Right now, if you bet just $1 on any football game this week, you will receive $150 in free bets instantly, no matter what. Also, if you haven't heard, they're introducing the same game parlays. You can combine multiple bets for a bigger payout from the same game. This week, place a same game parlay on any NFL game, and you'll be credited to $25 even if your bet loses. Just remember, DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best part is you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code DNVR to receive $150 in free bets instantly when you place a $1 bet on any football game. That's promo code DNVR to get $150 in free bets instantly this week in a DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older, Colorado only, new customers only, restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. And finally, Strava Craft Coffee. I love this read because I love this product. Sometimes I wake up and I want to drink coffee like most people.
Dude, the sun is back out. Just in time for Strava.
Just in time for Strava.
I don't think that's a coincidence.
But I don't want to feel shaky. I don't want to feel my anxiety. I definitely don't want my IBS to flare up.
None of us want that.
Nobody wants that.
So I just combine my CBD and my coffee using Strava Craft Coffee, the delicious CBD infused coffee that now offers decaf and cold brew if you come to the DNVR bar. Head over to Strava Craft Coffee right now. Use code DNVR25 when you sign up. You'll get 25% off your first purchase. You will also get 20% off every single shipment when you sign up for their subscription service. Check out Strava Craft Coffee. It'll leave you honking like a goose.
I thought the wind died down.
Wow, it's getting windy in here. My goodness. Harrison is hanging out backstage. He can probably hear us. Let's bring him on. Harrison, save our show. Save it.
Save our show.
Please save our show. We hope. Well, is he there?
It says we have no audio.
Perfect. Stand by, Harrison.
Stand by.
You look great.
You do look great. Just so we have to do our old method. Harrison, were you able to speak to Michael Malone today? Yeah. Was he in a better mood than yesterday? Yeah.
Let's go.
Can you talk?
I think you guys can hear me. Yes. Beautiful.
All right, Harrison, you got to save this show, man. I mean, we're in a content. It's weird that we've had more Nuggets content, like actual Nuggets, not like who's not vaccinated, which is always a bummer.
Yeah.
We've had more during the offseason than we've had during the preseason somehow. Like,
I know.
It's been wild. Just walk us through, man. How was day 2 of training camp?
So yeah, day one, Michael Malone called the practice sloppy. Whoa there.
That was sloppy.
Big surprise. Day two was a lot better.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better practice today. Obviously, no Nikola Jokic still, but apparently they played better. The energy was better. People were talking more. One of Malone's complaints yesterday was that it was a really quiet gym, and I feel like part of that probably had to do with the fact that the facility they're in now is literally 5 times bigger than their actual practice court in Denver. But he said they were louder today also. So it was a great day too. It was a nice bounce back practice.
So wait, I was thinking about this quickly. Sorry. Are they in a student center? Is this like a rec center they're in that's like available to all of the students? Why is there a 5-court facility at this university I've never heard of before that we're not positive they have a basketball team? It's not like the student center or something?
No, it's not a rec center. It's
Wow.
it's where whatever basketball team plays at UCSD. I don't know.
Do you think you could?
It's where they play.
Could you draw the gym for us, Harrison? Just kidding.
That's a dumb joke that you wouldn't get. So
mainly because it's only half a joke.
So walk us through this. I mean, the big news obviously was Will Barton walking out in a boot, as you reported, had some ice on it. Do we know what happened with that?
Apparently, he just rolled his ankle during one of the scrimmage portions of this practice today. We walked in the gym. Guys were kind of finishing up. The practice was pretty much over. Guys were just like shooting free throws and 3-pointers as they kind of went to the buses. And then, Will was just off to the side, icing his ankle, had it elevated, so he wasn't shooting at the end of the practice. And then, walked out of the gym under his own power, of course, but he was wearing a boot on his left foot. So doesn't sound like it's super serious, but I bet he takes the next day or two off at least, from practice. So it sucks because Will, we heard this throughout like last week when he talked to the media, and you heard this at, training camp yesterday, but he was in great spirits, man. He felt rejuvenated, he said. He had some bounce back. He had some explosiveness back. He was finally healthy, after last year. So it's rough. It's a rough break.
So Aaron Gordon, very excited to gain chemistry and camaraderie with the team. It looks like we might be finishing up camp with no Jokic, tending to, having a baby. No Murray, he's out, and no Will Barton, possibly tomorrow. So, I mean, it sounds like with a rolled ankle, it sounds like he probably would have to sit out a practice or two, even if it's just for cautionary reasons.
Yeah, I would think he definitely sits out tomorrow, maybe Friday too. And maybe that's another reason why the scrimmage portions haven't looked that great. I mean, no Jokic, and you got Aaron Gordon playing the 5. You've got Jeff Green, who's been rolling with the starters too, who hasn't played really with any of these guys before the last week or so. So maybe that's a reason things have, not been totally seamless.
So let's start with Michael Malone. What did he have to say about today's practice?
Well, like I said, he thought it was a lot better than yesterday's. He thought the energy was good. He joked that like sometimes he has to start the trash talk just to get everybody engaged. So I think that's what he did today. He mentioned a couple guys who have continued to stand out. One of the names he mentioned was Aaron Gordon, and I wrote this today, but the buzz here is definitely that Aaron Gordon's been like the offseason MVP so far. He looks like he's in midseason shape. Malone said he's got a lot of explosiveness back. So like that's definitely the buzz that I'm picking up on. Aaron Gordon has looked really, really good. Just, the first couple of days in training camp and even going back to the last couple of weeks and just the open runs in Denver. He's definitely been the standout. Jeff Green's looked really good too, from what I gather. And Will, before the injury, had looked really good as well. So those 3 guys have definitely stood out. And the other one of the takeaways I've got from Michael Malone today, it seems like trying to play faster, there's something real to that. A lot of the drills the Nuggets are doing are focusing on, getting out in transition more. Monte talked about that today. I talked with Monte Morris for a little too today. He said that's a big adjustment for him because he plays at a pretty methodical pace most of the time.
Yeah.
But he's really trying to play quicker. So it doesn't seem like it's all just coach speak with trying to play faster. It seems like it's actually something they're trying to do.
Do we know, are there any players that have not been able to participate in practice other than, of course, Jokic and Murray?
No, I believe everybody else has been going. At least when I've gotten into the gym, everybody else has been out there.
Okay. Anything else from Malone, or should we move on to Monte?
We can move on to Monte. I got some good Bones stuff, but I can come back to Malone, when I talk about Bones, because I talked to him today as well. He had some good stuff to say.
Awesome.
Yeah. But Monte, he, like I said, trying to play faster. That's an adjustment for him because he's such a classic point guard, man. Just gets into his sets, brings the ball up the floor pretty methodically, but he's definitely trying to play faster. So that's an adjustment. And then I was talking to him about Bones because I chatted with Bones today one-on-one, and he had some great stuff. But he was, singing Bones' praises, man. And Michael Malone had some good stuff to say about Bones too. And I don't think Malone, at least this is my take, but I don't think he's ruling out like Bones getting minutes right off the bat. At least that's the sense I get. Yeah, man. He's been impressive, and it seems like he's being super coachable too. Monte was saying how Bones just is asking him all these questions throughout practice, just every time they're out on the side together, when they're not in the live action, he's peppering him with questions. Malone was kind of saying the same thing. And Bones also had a good practice today after not such a good one on Tuesday. He really bounced back. So I think the Bones hype train is growing as well.
It's funny, man. I was sitting here thinking about, like, he says different names, like, Aaron Gordon, saying I'm like a little adrenaline rush, whatever. Bones is the name that, like, I just hear Bones and I'm like, Let's go. Like, for some reason, if you could be like, you could only ask me about 3 players, I'd be like, all right, Bones is the shoe in. Like, let me see who are my other 2.
Like, I guess the MVP.
Yeah, I guess, or whatever. So this is great. All right, let's get to Bones then. You got to sit down with him again. I should ask this up front. Any other media there today, or is it still that small group?
It's still just us. Just us.
There you go. All right.
So Bones was great, man. Bones says that he's expanded his range, actually.
What?
He's expanded his range. He told me he's going to take a shot from just inside half court this season. So
I like that's already planned, because that would you would think you would shoot that out of necessity, not like I said I was going to do it. Just pull it from half
Got to
court.
try at some point.
Nobody even guarding you. Could have stepped 10 more feet forward. Nope.
So what did we do? Is it Logo Bones or Logo Highland?
It's neither. Half court Highland.
Half court Highland.
Half
Let's
court
go.
Highland. It's going to replace the half court heave section. Just half court Highland.
All right, so he's trying to get so there's no range at all, no range at all to his
the limit
shot.
does not exist.
Unlimited range, yeah. He's expanded his range. But no, he's having the time of his life. Like, to be quite honest, he's having the time of his life. Just being in an NBA environment and just getting used to the city of Denver. He moved his mom out to Denver. I did not know this, but he bought his mom a house. I saw that. I didn't know it was in Denver, though.
That's awesome, man. That's so cool.
Really
That
cool.
is really cool. Yeah,
he moved his mom out to Denver for a couple reasons. He said, like, one, it's safer than the environment he grew up in Delaware. And 2, it's just comforting having her close by.
I love that.
We forget this a lot. Bones is a young kid, man.
Right.
Spent 2 years at VCU. Jeff Green came into the league in 2007, was his rookie year. Bones was born in 2000. So, like, Bones is super, super young. So I think that's going to really help him. And he also said that he hasn't found a lot of good spots to eat in Denver, so he's thankful his mom is close by so she can cook for him.
What?
So,
All right, well,
Whatever.
that was like what a combo platter of compliments and shade.
Not a single restaurant in Denver has good food. It's wild. It's really wild. Man. I can't. But it's the craziest thing. But.
I was trying to throw some suggestions, but I don't know if we have the same
what kind of-
palate.
Is he just eating like a lot of like crab based? Is that what he's missing? Crab?
Delaware is just like Route 10. Let's hit the Chili's. That's just the entire state.
Is that the issue? He's looking for more chilies.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
I'd go to Chili's with Bones.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Bones, hit us up, man. Chili's crew.
What do they have? The skillet queso?
Dude,
Skillet
we're gonna-
queso? It's been a while since I've been to Chili's. I don't really know what else they got.
If we can make
Rattlesnake
can we
bite.
get a segment where we eat boneless wings with Bones?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It'd be the best segment ever. All right.
Should we get chicken in for that segment too?
we got to bring in chicken.
Bones and chicken on the boneless chicken.
All right. So, is there any more? Please tell me you have more Bones anecdotes.
Don't stop.
Let's see. So he really liked that Malone wanted them to talk more trash today, because I asked Bones, like, how big of a part of your game is talking? And his eyes just lit up and this huge smile like went across his face. And he's like, that's like my entire game. Just talking. So if you're looking for somebody to like change up the energy in practice, Bones is definitely that guy. He said that, it's been tough learning a lot of the playbook, because as we know with the Nuggets, a lot of the stuff that they run, it's not like rudimentary, like specific plays. There's a lot of read and react stuff. And, for a rookie, like a lot of rookies, I feel like that'd be tough to pick up on. So that's the biggest kind of thing he's got to overcome. He's just got to get more comfortable in that read and react stuff, which, I'm sure will come. But Malone said like he didn't have a great practice Tuesday, but he had a great practice today.
No, that's great to hear. That's really great to hear. I saw Jason Terry was at practice today. Any notes on him or just what he's kind of doing with the team right now?
So most of the G League staff is here in San Diego. Like most of the assistant coaches, obviously like some of the players who could play for the G League squad. I'm sure Marcus Howard will spend time there. I'm sure Bull will spend time there. Peter Corneli, those guys are obviously in camp. So I think a lot of it is getting some of those guys familiar with the G League coaches, who they'll be spending some of the year around. But yeah, Jason Terry's here. He was chatting with Jamal Murray, like shooting with Jamal Murray off to the side at the end of practice. That was another actually note with Bones. The Nuggets got done with practice, and then Bones went through like a 20-minute shooting session like by himself with a couple coaches. So he's putting in the reps for sure.
Was he a great? Some guys are like don't miss in those drills. Like, is he a don't miss guy?
Absolutely, yeah. He does not miss. Does not miss. But yeah, Jason Terry was here. Most of the G League coaches are here as well. And another note that I had from Bones was, I think Malone said this today, the Bones and Bull connection is strong. Like apparently those two hooked up on a couple really nice two-man game actions.
Love it.
Bones and Bull? Holy smokes. Together? They have a thing?
Do we have any other Bull notes? Any notes of Bull? I mean, he's another one that everybody wants.
This broth is in a bowl. We'll workshop it. Sorry, Wint.
Apparently, he's looked pretty good. He's been talking more. Monte said he's been more vocal, just on defense, which you like to hear. That was always something that the coaches are always asking more from in regards to him, just being more vocal. So I think he's had a good couple of days. I think he's definitely taken strides from even where he was at Summer League, at least from what I gather. I've heard Vlatko's looked good too.
Hell yeah.
He looks quicker, but he apparently hasn't lost any of the strength either. But he definitely looks quicker, probably trying to play more on the wing, this season, like we've talked about, like he did with Slovenia, but apparently he's looked good too. So
every nugget is
good. Every nugget is good. Oh my god. I love it. And then lastly, was there any talk today? I mean, obviously the MPJ thing came out. Article by Mike Singer that he is uncomfortable with the vax. Was there any conversation, and was Malone asked about it, and any distraction he worries it might bring to the team?
No, he didn't get asked about it today. I mean, Malone's kind of talked about it in the past. But I mean, MPJ isn't the only guy on this team who's not vaccinated.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. Malone said, or it might have been Tim the other day, that we have players, like plural,
right,
that aren't vaccinated. So Thank God the Nuggets don't play in California or New York.
Well, there you go. Anything else we need to know from sunny San Diego?
Not that sunny, actually. Not that sunny.
Oh, there you go. Is there any idea what the plan is for tomorrow? I mean, have they been scrimmaging a lot? Do you know if tomorrow they plan to scrimmage more? I know that in training camps past, there has been a designated game night where it's like we're going to bring officials in and we're actually going to play 40-minute game or 48-minute game, whatever. Do you know if that's prepared for this week or anything?
I don't think that's tomorrow. Maybe that happens later in the week, like Thursday or Friday. I'd be a little concerned if I'm Denver just about like losing guys to little injuries, though. Like to be quite honest, this Barton thing sucks. I mean, that was really one of the storylines like coming into camp. I thought was Barton feeling rejuvenated and healthy, and now he's got another injury again. So that really sucks. And yeah, it's weird. Like you felt really confident about this team. I mean, look, I think we're all still really confident, but no Jokic. No Barton for the next couple of days. You got Jeff Green, and Aaron Gordon playing center with the starting group. It's a little jumbled early on, I feel like.
Yeah, it does feel a little jumbled for sure. Well, we got a preseason game coming up in like 5 days, so we'll see whatever. You know what it means, though?
What?
It's the Bone Show.
It's the Bone Show?
It's the Bone Show. Like when you're like, we don't even have our starters. We're not playing starters tonight very many minutes, first quarter. And then we're going to let Bones play 40 minutes. And he'll take a shot from half court.
I cannot believe how, for as excited as I've been about the Denver Nuggets over the last 5 years, including the top human, the MVP,
Bull right up there, huh? Or
Bones, dude.
I mean.
I feel as though I've been, I don't know, washed anew into the fountain of youth. But my fandom has been dunked in the fountain of youth. I'm completely rejuvenated. The thought of watching Bones on the court makes me so excited. I don't care about any of this Vax talk. I don't care if Jokic takes the entire season off. I just need Bones in my life.
I think you would care if you took the entire season off.
I got a little carried away.
I feel like you're actually not being
I'm not
truthful. All right, Harrison, we'll let you get back to the hotel room.
All right, see you guys.
Bye, man. Enjoy the sun.
Man, it is Trump putting my feet up here because I'm feeling too good. You're right, man. Bones, like we just got a little hit of Bones. You can cue that outro music there, Kale. It really is like right now. It's just he's the new piece, and he's exciting enough to warrant your excitement. So here I am. We got a little Bones kernels. We keep hearing people say, "I wouldn't be surprised if he plays." I wouldn't be surprised. We keep hearing it, and I'm like,
I would still be surprised, but I'm looking forward to being surprised. How about that?
Hell yeah.
All right. We'll get out of here, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will be back again tomorrow, Thursday show. We'll have updates once again from day 3 of training camp.
Dude, more vaccination status update.
We should find out more.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. Hit that like button. We'll see you guys tomorrow.